What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Just a quick little news update. This just came across my desk, got posted up on CGC's website. They have announced that they are now grading Star Wars cards under the CGC brand. So it looks like CSG is going to be strictly for sports cards and nothing else. Star Wars is getting put under the CGC brand, following in the heels of Marvel recently being announced under the CGC brand as well. CGC making some little waves here. Obviously, they do pretty well in Pokemon. I don't follow like the comp scene on Pokemon, but I know that they grade a lot of TCG in general, not just Pokemon, Magic as well, and some of the other Weiss Schwartz and stuff like that. But you look at the monthly gem rate numbers, they clock in pretty good in the TCG space, better than most of the other ones. I believe they're grading more than Beckett and more than SGC, obviously not on the level of PSA, but they do pretty good in that space, and now this is adding to it. We don't know how well Marvel's doing with them yet, as Marvel's not yet on the population report on CGC's website, so we don't have a good feel for exactly how much Marvel business they're kind of stealing away from the other grading companies. I think that population report's supposed to be live later this winter. Hopefully by the end of the year, maybe first of next year, we'd be looking at for that. Maybe Star Wars will be shortly thereafter. But CGC making another little play here. What are your thoughts? Would you use CGC for Star Wars cards if you're a Star Wars collector? I know it's kind of a niche inside a niche, so I'm not sure how much this actually moves the needle in the grand scheme of things, but it is another little arrow in their quiver. I really, obviously, I've talked a ton. I like the CSG/CGC slabs. I've graded a lot of Marvel with CGC. As of right now, their turnaround times are pretty good. I've been getting bulk submissions back in about 2 weeks at $15 a card. And then they tack on an additional 15 for subgrades if you want it. Obviously, there's different levels, different declared values. I would love to see a 20% sale on the CGC side like they've been doing on the CSG side. So just kind of scrolling through here, these look pretty good in these slabs. I'm very used to the blue label, so that doesn't bother me at all. It looks really good with the Marvel stuff. And I think, at least the Star Wars stuff that they picked for this also looks pretty good. I don't have a ton of Star Wars cards. I do have some Star Wars Stellar, which are on-card actor autos that come magged with a sticker on it, kind of like Flawless. I am not going to be sending those in for grading. I will keep those in the sealed mag. I do have a couple Masterworks autos that are just loose. I may send those in. I don't know. I only have 2 cards. I may include those on an upcoming CGC bulk submission to maybe fill out an order. We'll see. I was actually just getting ready to put one together. I got a bunch of Spider-Man cards to send in, but I might have to sneak some Marvel stuff in there as well. So, does this move the needle for any of you boys and girls at all? If you're a Star Wars collector, will you now send to CGC over PSA or SGC or Beckett for your cards, or will it depend on what it is? These older, older Star Wars cards, the OG ones from 77, this looks really good in a CGC blue label, I'm not going to lie. And like I said before, I love the CGC quality of slab. It feels good in hand, and that thing is crystal clear. So CGC continues to make moves in the little non-sports card space. I'm not sure what else they can add. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting something, but I feel like they have the big properties under lockdown now with TCG, Star Wars, and Marvel. Like I said, I'm probably forgetting something obvious that's just not hitting me while I'm recording this video. But those seem to be the big ones that they are all now accepting on the CGC side. And like I said, CSG is kind of out there doing the sports card scene. If you're not familiar with CGC, I do recommend going to their website, checking out the grading scale, because it is a little bit different. They use the Beckett grading scale, essentially. So keep that in mind if you're new to this, if you don't typically grade with them on that side. They do use the old Beckett grading scale compared to the CSG grading scale, which uses a 10 as a primary grade. But we will see how this shakes out. It'll probably be a little bit before this hits population reports and we have a good idea on exactly how many they're getting. But CGC continues to expand in the trading card space to get more business in the door. Curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.